It's beta number 46 of iOS 16.1. I am running the public beta on the iPad Pro, which I think is a 2020 model, as opposed to the 18, right? How do I tell? Let's see. I've been using Apple products for a while. Right there, 12.9 4th gen. So this thing is purely a toy for me. I don't use it for any productivity. So I decided to do the iOS 16 beta back when the public one came out. I'm not a developer. And I just updated to beta 7 last night, which obviously I was delayed on. So this is the one that's supposed to bring that new feature, stage front, where you can swipe over and have multiple resizable applications on the desktop at once. So we'll see how that's going to work. Initially, they said it was only going to be a function on M1, and I assume the M2 is going to come in the next iPad Pro. But now they've found a way to bring the performance they wanted to it's like an A12Z or an A12X chip or something like that in this. So we'll see how that works. I don't even use like this feature. If I were to bring up another application here, how do I split them? Like, I don't even know how to do it. You come up here, split view. They've changed this so many times. So let's say I want to open settings in the other half of that. It's not supported with settings. Okay. There's a way to do it. I just don't do that. If I wanted to look at two windows or do anything that is beyond like browsing the internet or Expedia or Instagram, then I'm going to use a MacBook Pro. This is not a computer replacement. Okay, today's Wednesday and no transmission. I got a text from the guy in LA this morning saying that he needed an extra day, a little more time. Things are busy. I commiserate with that. So, change the reservation. We go up tomorrow to pick up the transmission. Same time, noon pickup. So hopefully we'll have more updates there. In other news today, I received the original key back. I got one master key with this car. That is it. It was intermittently working and then worse and worse to the point where it pretty much wasn't. So I ordered a new master key, programmed that. That's working fine. I sent the old one out to my sublet in Torrance, California for repair. Came back today, programmed that one. Now I've got two working masters. I also picked up a wallet key and a valet key from the dealer. So I've got a full set of 4 now. Over here, this guy, I did a bit of work today, not a ton. I did figure out the horn issue. So we only had one half of the horn working. Took the pork chop off. It was a wiring issue. Everything looked fine. I don't see any hint of damage, or I really don't understand how it happened, but I had one of those pins with a wiring lead on it. So we've done a nice crimp, and then everything's wrapped in Tesa tape, Terra tape, whatever the hell it is. So we're back in business there. Then I took off this cover here, replaced the fuel filter. I did the oil separator, upper oil separator hoses today. So that's done in the engine. We've got the front struts coming in tomorrow, allegedly, so hopefully we'll be able to make some progress on front suspension reassembly. Did a bunch of cleanup and organization. This still doesn't look very clean, but we got rid of a bunch of old stuff from previous and pending jobs. I see more loose parts. Those are the factory springs that are going to be going in this car, and the carriers are here. I think I'm going to do on this what we did on, was it that 740, where we kind of assemble the strut in the carrier, put the controller and ball joints in, torque all of that before the strut goes in, and then we'll just take the whole wheel carrier assembly and put it in the car at once, and then hook up our tie rods and sway links, which, geez, I have no idea. Oh, they're still on here. I don't know if he wants to do this. We'll get a better look at them now that they're off. That boot looks okay. We'll check for play before it goes back on, but we're getting there. We'll have this thing out of here next week, as I said. And then Mike today spent his whole day over here on the carbon black car. Lots more progress. We were not able to turn a key today. That's looking like it's going to be tomorrow. Found out the oil pan was stripped, so I think the new one's on. The bottom of the engine, it is. So new oil pan, belts are on, water pump's been in, thermostat housing's connected. Kind of all of that fiddly work of all the accessories on the front of the engine, alternators torqued down, and so forth. At this point, we're ready to put the valve covers on, followed by the Vanos boards and their covers. And then we are going to run it without a plenum for a bit. Make sure that these 3 tubes for the thermostat housing don't leak where they go into the coolant rails. But man, it's a hell of a lot of work to tear a car down this far. But the parts table here is getting smaller, and that's a good sign. Cleaned up the shop cart. We had a bunch of stuff from pending jobs on there, so my dad and I just took like 2 hours today. Walked around the shop and got rid of a bunch of stuff and organized and consolidated. So I'm done for the day. It is 8:15. Time to go home. Taking the 750. That's a shame. Gas prices were on their way back down too. Up to $6.20 for regular and $6.50 for premium. Guess what the M73 V12 drinks?